My name is Katrina Veneris. I am the PCSE Senior Stakeholder Relationship Manager, and I'm going to show you how to submit a Locum B form, or Locum B forms plural, when you are a Locum GP who does locum sessions for a GP practice or multiple practices, and you are also a Locum Appraiser. So in this example, then our GP in our test environment has already submitted Locum A form for sessions that they worked at practice, and that's been approved by the practice, and they have also submitted a Locum A form for appraisal sessions, and that has been approved by the regional team. So our GP is now ready to submit their Locum B form. So we go to Locum Work when we've logged into PCSE Online and we are in the GP pension section. So we click Locum Work and then Locum B form entry. And we then have the option to select the financial month. So we're going to select September. And the difference here compared to when a GP only does locum work for a practice is when we go to this next drop down, we have the option of the region that we did the appraisal work for as a locum, and then the non-appraisal claims option. So it doesn't matter which order I do these in. So let's select the region to pull up the appraisal session. So I need to select that. So that then shows me the A form details from the 1st to the 3rd of September, the pensionable pay, and it shows the status approved, and that then allows me to include this A form in this B form that I'm producing. So I just tick to include, and what we can see there is that the screen auto-populates with the figures. We then select the tier rate that I think I'm going to be on when I take the whole year into consideration. So I think that's going to come out at 12.5. So that's what I'm going to pay my employee contributions at. And then we also have the employer's pension contribution amount that's calculated. And as a locum GP, then the employer, be it the region in this instance or the practices that I have been a locum at, they will pay to me the employer's contribution along with the employee contributions as part of my fee, and so therefore I will be paying over the employee and employer contribution through this process. So at the bottom of the screen we can see the total contributions payable. Had I had any other types of contribution, added voluntary contributions, etc., then they would also be added to this total amount. So there's £290.30 to be paid for this B form. Then I'm going to click submit to this B form, and this will take me to the new GOV UK Pay functionality that we have introduced now for locum GPs. So I just need to click OK to say that I'm going to move to the next stage. So my form's been submitted successfully. I'm going to now go to the gov.uk Pay button. So we scroll down and you can see now that we've got this bright pink button enabled. So we're going to click on that. And this has taken me to a test page because this is all in the test environment. But just as we've shown on the other locum video, then these next steps are exactly the same. We're going to complete the card details. You can see a reference that pops up here. This is really for NHS England's purposes, and we just have their GP name, Locum B contributions for September 25, and the reference codes that NHS England needs, the amount that we're due to pay, and then all we need to do is enter our card details. So I have some test card details here, so we're going to use those. So we type in the card number to begin with, so 16 digits of that. Let's go through the numbers I'll check that I've got all of those correct. If it's not a recognised card number and I try and submit this, then the system will stop me from doing that. And as I mentioned, we've been brought into the Secure Government website for making these payments. So this is a payment platform that a lot of organisations use to allow suppliers and customers make payments. So we are typing in the name that's on our test card now, and then the usual. So this is just very much like the functionality that you will see in lots of other payment portals. What we do then need to do is type in the address. So first line of the address that my card is registered to, and also the town or city, and then importantly the postcode, because the postcode is validated. So we have this test example here. Our email address that's associated with this GP in the PCSE system is pulled through and populated into the payment system and the payment platform, and this is the email that we will receive a notification to. But if we click continue, then this then gives us the opportunity to check and confirm the payment. So it's the correct amount of the correct details. So we're going to click confirm. And then this reference that pops up here now is the payment ID is the important one, because that's the one that we will see on our bank account when we, next have our statement or go to online banking, etc. That's the reference that we'll see against the transaction, the payment that we've just made. And you can see that the transaction status is status of success, so that has automatically gone through. And what we can do is go back to the Locum B form, and if we scroll down again, then what you can see at the bottom is you'll have transaction history now, and that tells me that I've processed this payment or submitted this payment and it's been processed successfully. That's all I need to do for my own kind of checking purposes and peace of mind. Then what I can then do is go to the employee contribution statement. I'll filter that on this year and locum work, and then I'm going to search, and what we can see is this is the first locum transaction that this GP has had in the year. They've been a salaried GP up until now, so you can see that the employer and employee contributions and that total amount that we selected there has come through on the employee contribution statement immediately. So as you will have seen in the general webinar, there's no need any longer to wait until PCSE receive notification of the payment from NHS England and then match it to the forms that you've submitted, allocate it to your PCSE online record. This is all done automatically through the system, so saving you time and less waiting and having to go back and check. So everything is done in an instant. So that's our payment for our Locum B form for appraisal work. And if we go back to the Locum B screen, so we're going to back to locum work again, back to Locum B entry, and if we select September again, then what we'll see now is that we still have the option to select non-appraisal claims because we've got those practice Locum A forms, or in this case it was one form. So again, we've got the start and end dates of the period of work, the fee, etc. And I then have the option to tick there to include this A form in the B form that I'm creating. And then all I would be doing is scroll down. So tier rate again, I'm thinking I'm going to be 12.5, so that's what I'm going to pay at. My total amount is populated. I'm going to click submit again, click to confirm, and then we're going to go straight on to the payment portal again. So scrolling down, we're going to go to GOV UK Pay, and make that payment. If I had only done appraisal work, then I would only have the regional option to select, and when I select that regional option, then that would pull through my Locum A forms for my appraisal work. But because I've done both types of locum work, then I've got the two options. Doesn't matter which order I select them in, go through exactly the same process for both. So I hope that helps clarify the situation and the system and how it works for GPs who locum at both practices and are also appraisers as a locum for NHS England. And we hope that you enjoy the more streamlined functionality. Thank you for listening.